Dawn of the Dead Network.
Hello and welcome to Pot of the Dead. On today's episode, I am joined by Dustin and Natasha.
Hello.
Ew.
On today's episode, we are covering As Above, So Below. It is a 2014 American horror film written and directed by John Eric Dowd from a screenplay, Jesus Christ, he co-wrote with his brother Drew. The film is presented as found footage of a documentary's crew experience exploring the catacombs of Paris in search of the Philosopher's Stone, only to be confronted by supernatural forces hidden deep beneath the city. It is loosely based on the Nine Circles of Hell from Dante's Divine Comedy. I didn't know if you guys were aware of that watching this or anything, or if you were able to pick up on any of that while watching it.
Oh, of course.
Also no.
Yes. Dante's. What'd you call it? Yep.
Yes. Indubitably.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes.
So this came out in 2014. What do you think its budget was? Like, considering it is a found footage film, this was brought out by, I believe it was Legendary Pictures, which I believe is part of Universal. So yeah, what kind of budget you think it's coming in on?
I'm gonna say 10.
10?
Oh man. 3.5
Well, you
million.
guys kind of meet in the middle. It's estimated $5 to $10 million.
Okay.
Everything else I'm seeing says 5, but when you look at like Wikipedia or whatever, it says budget $5 to $10 million. So maybe the extra $5 million was in post, like getting it out there, like doing the talking circuits and all the fucking press and all that shit, right?
Did this have like a big press release like the Blair Witch, where it was like a big deal that it was a found footage thing?
No, well, comparing any found footage film to the Blair Witch Project in the sense of its promotion and stuff is a fool's errand, because no movie before or since has done that well. People straight up thought the Blair Witch Project was real. Like, there was even a documentary shot and shown like the week or so before it came out on the Sci-Fi Channel that was like the history of the Blair Witch.
Oh shit.
Everything. So like, yeah, no.
I even know it's not real, and I want it to be real.
Yeah.
No, it's super creepy.
Just because it's cool.
Awesome. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, so on its $5 million budget, what do you think it brought in?
I'm terrible at this.
How much?
I think it brought in 12.
12? All right.
Yeah.
I like it when Dustin goes first, because then I can calibrate. $1. No. 10.5.
It made $41.8 million on its $5 million budget. So this ends up making it the fifth highest grossing horror film for that year. So in 2014, I'll just give you a few. The top film was Annabelle. Then you had Ouija, Deliver Us from Evil. Oculus was number 4, and then number 5 was As Above, So Below. But to kind of give you a roundabout idea of fifth highest grossing horror film, that must be great. That actually ranks it at the 111th grossing film period for the year. Because as we all know, it's 2014. So what do we get? Guardians of the Galaxy, Hunger Games, Captain America, Lego Movie, Transformers. So,
gotcha.
When you're making like, $20 to $40 million, like domestic to global, against a movie that made just domestic $332 million. Like, I mean, yeah. I mean, you don't get down to like normal numbers really until you're like under 50. Because everything above like 50 is $60+ million. Granted, we don't know what those exact budgets are for those movies and everything, but so I actually wasn't really familiar with John Eric Dowell until I like looked at his credentials or his past work, and I've seen a fuck ton of his movies, and they're almost all found footage style. So he's responsible for the Poughkeepsie tapes, which came out in 2007, Quarantine, which is the American remake of the Spanish film Record.
Mhm.
He directed the M. Night Shyamalan produced film Devil, then As Above, So Below. And then later on, he went on to direct the TV series, miniseries Waco and Waco the Aftermath.
Yes, that's what I've seen him.
Okay, you've seen
That's
those?
what I've seen of his. Yeah.
I've not seen those. I've heard they're really good, but
Mhm.
are those in the found footage kind of style as well? Or does that
No.
break from the mold? No.
Waco is about Waco.
Well, yeah, I get that, but I wasn't sure if it was
It's not found
meant,
footage.
I wasn't sure if it was meant to be like the people in Waco,
Oh, that'd
Texas.
be cool.
Yeah. Well, that's
No,
what I assumed. Because literally everything else, Poughkeepsie tapes, Quarantine, Devil, As Above, So Below, they're all found footage films.
Whoa.
No. Yeah, he took a different approach on this one. It follows the FBI agents. It's
Okay.
really good. I highly recommend it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think it's on one of the streaming services.
It's on the Pirate
I don't
Bay.
know.
That's where it's at. It's on the Pirate Bay. So this movie is like in all respects, this is my take on this movie. This movie's dumb as hell, but I love it because it touches on a lot of things that I like. So like the whole idea of like the Divine Comedy and everything that it deals with, and we'll get into that later on, that is like fucking candy to me. Like I
Mhm.
love that shit. Like I'm an atheist, but I love like not hell imagery, but like all the lore that is built around like the 9 circles and all that stuff. Like I literally have the Divine Comedy sitting right here in a nice
Mhm.
leather. Like I really do like that kind of stuff. It's cool. I love the imagination behind it. And then the fact that this is the first film that was ever greenlit to be shot in the catacombs in Paris. This is actually there. This isn't fucking like, oh, whatever. No, this is literally shot in the catacombs.
Whoa.
That setting was so sweet. Just
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, just it writes itself. Like just
Yeah,
like
right.
looking-
Yeah.
You just need a camera. Like you don't even need the storyline.
I know, right?
Yeah, it
Wow,
could
I
have been
didn't
way
realize that.
simpler. It got so complex, and I thought they were just going to be like wandering around bones the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it basically becomes like I always just equate this to being like found footage, like Indiana Jones or what's the one with Nicolas Cage, American Treasure,
Yeah.
or whatever
Yeah.
it is, National Treasure.
There it is.
It's just that, but found footage, and like if Indiana Jones went to hell, like
Mhm.
it's literally
throwing some Goonie vibes as well.
Oh yeah,
with the
Harry
booby
Potter
traps and everything.
references.
Yeah,
I got
Harry
so
Potter, I got that too.
excited.
it's not a Harry Potter reference. That's a real thing.
I know,
Harry
but
Potter referenced it.
yeah, I knew about it because Harry Potter
Okay.
referenced it. The
Yep.
Sorcerer. When they said the Sorcerer's Stone, I was like, no shit.
And then
I'm in on this
Flamel.
one.
Ooh,
Yeah,
ooh.
exactly.
Yeah.
I know those names. This is great.
So yeah, so when you guys kicked this movie on, what were your expectations going into this? Like this was your first time seeing it, right? Both of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had nothing. I had no expectations at all.
Mine were pretty low. The cover was sweet. I love the cover, like the cover art was amazing. But knowing that it was a found footage movie, I didn't have super high expectations, just because it's easier to go in that way and then be pleasantly surprised instead of going in with something and then being bummed out that it wasn't great.
Like, are you reticent against like watching found footage films, or like
No, I don't mind them.
see like found footage for me is like the one time that like I know that this means it's going to be low budget or whatever, and I will allow a lot of slack for a found footage film. Like I'll give it a lot of like, yeah, whatever, like
Yeah.
you know, falling, like the tunnel's blowing up and I fall out and I'm just talking to someone and the camera's completely perfectly placed and all this. Yeah, that's dumb as shit. But like at the same time, it's like, whatever. I'm not going to fucking dox it for that or whatever.
Yeah.
What I will dox it for, though, is when someone's riding on the bus, staring at their camera, clear as day, just going, if anybody finds me, they will kill me.
Yeah.
Like, it's a bus full of people. I'm just like, are you fucking serious?
And it was the most absurd way to die, too. I will be buried up to my head, and then a wall will fall on me. After that, I was like, come on, this writing, man. I don't know about this.
Up until, like, basically everything, you can just cut, like, the first, like, 15 minutes of this movie and throw it out. Like, it's just like here's our ragtag gang of explorers or whatever. And that is some of the worst fucking writing like
you
ever.
can cut everything George says out of the movie.
Oh, you don't like George?
I don't like George. Scarlett,
like,
if anything happens to me, just know that week was the best time of my life.
That week in Turkey, which
when I went to jail.
Well, he's like, I was in a Turkish prison, and she's like, it was a jail. I would be like, bitch, I will fuck you up. You weren't there.
You don't know.
Prison, jail, you don't get to decide. It was hell either way.
There were bars.
And not the cool ones that we met fucking at a rave and all that shit. So,
but yeah, he had so many bad one-liners throughout this movie.
Very, very corny. I'd agree.
Yeah, like, I think he's corny, but he's not as, what's the wording that I want to say? Our protagonist in this movie is so, like, plot armored. Like, everything is just like, oh, wait, I know. If I grab over here and there just happens to be a fucking, like, cart of chemicals that I just so happen to need in this thing. Like, it's so dumb, but, like, I don't know. I'm okay with it being dumb. Like, I'm not expecting the world out of this. It's just like, we're going to be in the catacombs and we're going to see some spooky stuff. And even the spooky stuff to me isn't like spooky. I just think that it's just fun.
Yeah. I liked the silliness of, take the spray and light it on fire and all of those little things, because it kept the pace going really well. There's nothing worse than a found footage movie that drags and has a lot of downtime of just still camera and people like having side conversations. That's when I feel like you can really tell the acting isn't good, is in those downtimes. But when everything's quick, you don't really notice it. Aside from George, who also I struggled with because I know him from so many other things.
Yeah.
So seeing an actor,
that
really
does
throws you off.
Yeah, it does kind of make you step back a little bit and just like, oh, you're from that like convenience store show. And you're from
he's from Mad Men.
Yeah, he's from Mad Men. That's right.
Yeah.
But
so it was like, you're better than this.
You gotta pay the bills, because fucking fixing these church bells ain't paying.
They ring after 200 years.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous. But like, dumb brain just like kick on and like watch it. It's just like, well, that's cool. Like, that's it. Like, if you put any ounce of actual like critical thinking into it, it's like, so the bells haven't run for 200 years. Like, why didn't they fix it? Because this is obviously an operating church.
Maybe they didn't like it.
Yeah. Turn that fucker off. I got work in the morning.
Character development was bad. I kind of thought if you took everything that girl had going for her and just like replace her with Steven Seagal, it would totally fit. Oh, I know like 4 languages, 2 dead ones. Oh, I know Krav Maga. Just all this cool shit about me.
He's like, you see this tombstone? I'm going to choke it out.
Did she ever do karate?
What's that?
Did she ever do any form of karate?
No.
I mean, if you want to count her just annihilating those stone figures as she ran back to put the stone back.
True. When she does a speed run through hell, it's like she's playing Doom.
Right.
But like, like that's like my big problem, I guess, is just that plot armor of the main chick. Like, literally just, she's never wrong. No. Every single thing she does. Yep. Oh,
just like a 90s action star.
Yeah, the stone,
they're never wrong.
The stone works. Oh wait, the stone doesn't work. It's not the right stone anymore. I'm gonna go fucking John Wick through this goddamn hellscape.
Yeah, I
this is
didn't
kind of the
appreciate that
end.
part.
But did she become the stone? Is that what was
That's
happening?
that's what's implied, is because at the very beginning of the movie and stuff, she says she doesn't say that the Philosopher's Stone is a stone. She says it's a substance or something along those lines, like an item or it's not that she says it's like a stone. So like it's kind of in that gray area where, oh well, she touches him and blah blah blah, and now everybody's all healed. It's like, okay, she now is the Philosopher's Stone or whatever, and I guess can do miracles or
I don't
some
like
shit.
it.
You don't like it?
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I liked it better when she had the stone. That was fine.
Yeah. Physical stone. Yeah.
Yeah, and then she had a souvenir when she came out of the Upside Down. It would have been fine.
Well, no, she had to, she had to put it back in the Cave of Wonders with Aladdin because, because literally once the gold's touched, it triggers another bad time. But yeah, fuck yeah, man. Like it's hard for me to like have problems with this movie when it literally is just a horror adventure film, and I can't think of another movie that is like that off the top of my head, where it's literally Indiana Jones but a horror movie. And like,
Yeah, no.
you could make this not a found footage movie and it would still work because the idea is there. Sometimes, like, trying to think, the only other films that kind of get close to that, but it's not Indiana Jones, but like The Descent and stuff like that, where it's like, we're going down, we're doing this, we are adventuring, but oh no, shit fucked up, you know. But it's not, we're going after this elusive piece of treasure like, of legend. We had to fucking decipher the writings off of a bowl.
Right, as everything was crashing down.
Yes.
Above
That was
you.
a surprising amount of plot for a horror movie.
Yes.
Like The Descent. Oh, we went into a cave, got lost. Oh, there's weird mountain people. The end. That's it.
Yeah, the end. And then people
Yeah.
die, you know? Yeah, so like I was saying, this movie, you can stop me anywhere through because I've got like this big old thing here. This movie literally is a descent to hell and back. Literally. Yes. So, the complete journey of hell through the secret tunnels of the catacomb of Paris are as follows. The vestibule. The group encounters a gathering of two sets of divided cultists, the female souls and the faux tunnel, and then the 9 circles. So the first circle is limbo, which are long tunnels containing the inscriptions of poetry and philosophy pertaining to the famous Divine Comedy cited figures, and the directionless soul of La Tupa, I think is how you pronounce his name. So there's that guy that's like,
yeah, that's right,
their friend that they thought was dead, but he's here, he's directionless, so that he's literally in limbo is kind of what's going on there. Then number 2, the second circle is lust. So like you're instantly like, well, I don't know how, there's no sexy times going on down here, but that's not where like the lines are drawn. So the way lust works in hell in this is, so almost completely colorless tunnels, loud vortex of souls, hissing, and Italian inscriptions. So in hell, I believe it's in the second circle, those of lust are blown around in this vortex and stuff. So when they're in that second level while they're going through, that's where like everything's like gusting of wind kind of stuff, and you can't hear very well and all this stuff. So then 3 is gluttony. The floor is widened. It contains the growl of an unseen creature. You can hear like this like rumbling through that it's actually supposed to be Cerberus.
Oh,
that
cool.
you do not see. 4 is greed. It's enclosure containing the Mark of David engraving of Plautus, and the trap treasure and a false philosopher's stone. So that is literally like the Cave of Wonders. It is greed. That room that they get to is the 4th circle of hell.
Are we supposed to know who like the Knights Templar guy is before they go into that? You mentioned
not really, but like the Knights Templar are like in like historically and stuff like that, and through like legend and whatnot, they are tasked with protecting the what is it? The
Grail, right?
what is it? Yeah, the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
The Holy Grail. So in a way, you can look at the Philosopher's Stone as kind of being a proxy for, even though the Holy Grail is supposed to be something that's dealing directly with Christ and all that. Like I believe it's supposed to be his
That's what he
drinking
drank from.
from at the Last Supper.
It's his pimp cup.
It's his pimp cup.
If I remember, my verses correctly. Yeah.
What book was that in?
That's amazing.
The big one.
It was in the book of Jesus with a dollar sign.
The dollars came later, but yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's good. That's good.
So then you've got the fifth is Wrath. Damaged reverse close. The damaged reversed enclosure of greed, which is completely empty minus filthy water entrance. 6 is heresy, Florentine walls and flamelit enclosure with 3 ring inscriptions. 7 is violence.
So these are just from Dante's Divine Comedy. These aren't what we're seeing.
This is what
some of them match up, but I'm not getting all of them.
This is what we're seeing. I mean, you could literally, like, I could give you a synopsis of what all of the circles of hell are. Gotcha. But
you mentioned something being in flames. Is that when Papillon's, like, you find Papillon's friend's car? Are we in the same spot?
That's a little later, because right now we are at violence at the 7th circle, and that's where all the bad starts. So in violence is the shattered stone pool entrance or enter to the enclosure with hold on. Suxi is killed in the first ring of violence against neighbors, because violence itself has 3 circles, because there's violence against others, violence against yourself, and violence against God. Those are the 3 different rings that are supposedly in that circle.
At that point, I was getting so settled in to the movie, and I was just you mentioned that it would work if it wasn't a found footage, but I disagree, because it being POV the whole time was great, especially when they just kept going down. By this point, I just yelled at the screen and went, "Why do you keep going down?"
Because the way out is through.
Whatever. I wasn't thinking about that midway through the movie. And then it started to feel like, okay, we're getting to this point that, like, the scenery and, like, the mythos is going to be the horror. And then Z gets her face smashed in.
Yep.
That was the best little nugget of fear throughout this whole movie, because it actually startled me and jarred me, and I yelled at the screen, and it was amazing.
It's very abrupt, because the entire time you're going through, and it feels like you're about halfway through the film, if not further in, before this happens. You're just like, what? It's creepy, like, because a fucking catacombs full of skulls is going to be creepy, like, and people are freaking out, like, our what's his name, our main cameraman is extremely claustrophobic when he's crawling through the shit, and he's like, "Get me out of here!" Like, this movie is a personal hell for me.
Yeah, I lost it at that point too. I couldn't sit still.
I was deep breathing. I was sweaty.
Get me out of here! Something
gets
touched
to me on horror movies anymore, but close spaces like that when they can't move. Yeah.
Oh boy!
And they do a great job too.
Hard pass. Yeah, you did really good. My heart was beating real fast. Yep.
So then the second part of violence is against self, contains hallucinations of Scarlett's father and the 3rd satanic occultist markings over the sandy tunnel. So then we go to fraud, which is the 8th circle. It's an amphitheater-shaped area with drop and the manifestation of Benji's victim. So
who's Benji?
Benji is the guy we were just talking about.
Cameraman.
Oh, cameraman.
So if you notice all the way up until this point, okay?
Yeah.
He's like, when they're at the nightclub and stuff, he's the one seeing this, like, woman walk by, and you're like, who the fuck's that? And then when they walk by the choir, that same woman looks and sees him, and that turns out to be the woman that pushes him down the well and kills him. And it's you don't get there must have been something that was cut out, but it's alluded to through like some sort of conversation or whatever that he had like a wife and kid or something and like left them, because the where he's at with fraud to treachery is where he dies. So he lied and like turned his back on someone, and that's where he dies, in that, or between those two circles. So then you've got there are, let's see here, the victim. So you got pandering, seduction, and flattery, which results in him falling from fraud to treachery. Treachery is the water tunnels with Danny beneath them, leading to the 4 caverns. And the second cavern, the betrayal of community, ties in with Palpion, where he sees the car like on fire. So treachery meaning he, like, when you meet him for the first time, there's a burn on his hand, and they ask, what's up with that? And we don't talk about that. So he saw somebody, whether it was a friend or whatever, saw someone in a car that needed his help and was dying, and he left them. So basically how everybody is dying through this is like because of what they did. So Susie is killed by violence from what's his fucking nuts? Whatever.
The mole.
Yes, the mole. Because she was even like, oh, I thought you were dead, insinuating maybe that she left him to die. Like something happened and she just like was like fucking out of there. That's why it comes back. And then Benji's past comes back to get him. And then Palpion's past comes back to get him. And that's just like how it keeps going. And
so is it because that they got to those levels of hell, they had to like succumb to their flaws, because the others had to like redeem themselves at the end?
They did. I think what it comes down to is at the very end of it, they have to take penance, because they're the ones that are like getting away with it. The others are like basically so deeply lying to themselves and stuff, I think is kind of how they make it, that like they're not given that chance of penance. And not that the 3 survivors at the end are given that chance, they just, it's that leap of faith.
Literally take it.
Because that's how in the Divine Comedy you get out of hell. Is in the Divine Comedy you have to crawl through the navel of Lucifer, which is like this big winged beast with a big hairy belly and all this stuff that is chained down in the 9th circle of hell. And that's how you get out, is that leap of faith of the way out is through. But the one, yep. So the one thing that's really interesting though is like, now that we're in the 9th circle of hell, we are literally in treachery, right? This is where Satan is in the Divine Comedy. Okay. Because when God cast Lucifer out of heaven, he fell to the deepest part of the bottomless pit, and that was the 9th circle of hell. That's why it's treachery, because he turned against God, yada, yada, yada. So that's the man in the chair.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I was trying to figure out where we were in the movie. Okay.
Yes. Yep. So I love how it's just very understated. It's just this cloaked figure in a chair, and like when he stands up, there's like smoke around him and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's supposed to be Lucifer, like in his domain.
That's cool.
Which is just pitch black darkness. Like that is the scariest scene in the movie for me, besides the claustrophobic bone like getting out of scene. But just the feeling of it, like it's not this big throne and everything. It's literally just this wooden chair, and his back is to you, and you barely get to see his face. When you do get to see his face, it's like almost like a porcelain baby doll kind of look. And then the other side's all bashed up. And the reason they say that it looks like that is because he's got the angelic form, but since he was cast from hell, it smashed his face in, or since he was cast from heaven. And I was like, that's fucking dope. And you barely notice this shit, but it's like, it's there. But then the demons that come out of the walls and shit.
Yeah.
that is Cain. If you know who Cain is, Cain and Abel. Cain kills his brother Abel by biting out his throat, and he fucking does it to George.
Oh. I did not pick up any of this, Nick. You're providing a lot of revelations.
Yeah. This movie makes so much sense now.
But yeah, then they get to the hole and they jump through it, which is, you know, the way out is through. It's having that faith in God, you know, like, oh, okay, we got to do this, and they you know, they like give up their truth of like they didn't call their dad or they didn't pick up the phone, and that's when dad killed himself. That's an awesome scene too, when they're walking through and there's just a fucking phone ringing in the distance.
That was terrifying. I wish we wouldn't have heard anyone on the other line. I think it would have been more chilling if it was just her and her reaction.
Yeah.
And then she hangs it up.
Or if it wasn't so like, you're doomed right. kind of
Why
thing.
Why didn't you answer?
Yeah.
And I love that foreshadowing to like the very first scene of the movie when she's trying to escape those tunnels and she sees the hanging guy. I was very, what the fuck is this about? And then later I was like, oh, that was good.
Yeah,
very nice.
I love it when there's like those kind of things where like when they're trying to figure out like, how are we going to break into these catacombs when they're in the catacombs, speaking at full fucking volume again. And there's just there's just that guy sitting there and he's like, oh, go to this club, yada, 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 you know. It's almost like hell is like beckoning
them. Yeah.
And that's what's fucking dope about this. Like they even get to that point where it's like literally written in like Aramaic or something. It says like, abandon all hope ye who enter here, which are on the gates of Guyana, like the gates of hell. And it's just like, yes, like instantly
that's
just guitar
line.
Solos.
That was good.
You mentioned some yelling. It did make me really mad when there was about to be a cave-in and they wouldn't lower their voices at all. They would just continue to yell.
Oh yeah. There's a part too where they're like running and it might be that same spot. The ceiling's cracking and George is like, is that bad? When is that not bad?
You are so far underground.
When is that thing good?
So is that confetti gonna come out of here, guys? Like, is that good?
Say it. Everything
the cotton candy's about to come down.
But it's literally, I can look past all of that dumb shit because when like we get to like that ninth circle, I'm like all for it. When fucking Palpion gets like sucked into the car and it just encapsulates. And he's okay. So
his legs.
Yeah. So that seems stupid, but that's what happens to people in the ninth circle of hell. They're buried head down, feet up, so they can never look up to the heavens. Like that's what.
Had I known that, otherwise I just see two people trying to pull a guy's legs out of the earth and go, "What?"
Which is very comical, though.
It's a goddamn ostrich.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't pick up on this stuff the first time I watched it. It was like later on. Like I've seen this movie probably like 5 or so times. And I was like, watched it, got through it, and I was like, okay, I'm noticing some things here. Watched it again, and I was like, okay, they literally like are saying that the stone is between heaven and hell, and it's this many feet and all this stuff. Don't completely disregard the fact that like everything should be in meters that they're doing, but they're like, it's this many feet, so we got to do this. It's like, well, technically everything over here would be measured in this, and then when we are taking like Aramaic and translating it to English, why is it rhyming in a perfect way?
Like, how does he know these words that no one ever uses?
Doesn't matter. We're gonna get Satan in a rocking chair
out the window.
Best not to ask too many questions.
No.
Right. Best that way. Yeah.
But I think that's kind of the thing of like found footage films in general. Like I just know that like I'm not about to get like some like amazing piece of cinematic whatever. I am going to get something though I hope is like imaginative and like uses the trappings of just like sucking you in, and it works. And this one, it does for me. If this movie was an hour long though, if we just cut off that front part, it would be amazing. But that front part kind of sucks.
I'm okay with the front part. It's all right. It's better than some. And I guess I'm just comparing it to the found footage movies I've seen where I think this one it's done relatively well.
Would you put this on your pedestals of found footage films then?
Oh yeah, definitely. I would watch this one again. Yeah, this is better than quite a few that we've even done on this.
I was gonna say I think the only other two, I would say one and a half that we did Paranormal Activity, which was a dog shit dildo of a movie.
I liked it.
I fucking hated that movie.
Yeah, you did.
And then we did Lake Mungo, which is like more of a documentary, but
That's
it's based on found footage stuff.
Yeah.
And I
like this one better than Lake Mungo because I didn't like the documentary aspect of it. This one did it better where it was just like the prologue and the epilogue.
Well, I was watching it going like, well, they are shooting a documentary. I don't know if that's going to be a problem for Tasha because I remember how much she didn't like Lake Mungo.
Yeah. But this one wasn't like put in between and it didn't take you out of it. That was the problem with Lake Mungo where it would rip you out of the found footage aspect, give you a shitty like mockumentary and then throw you back into it.
I didn't think it was a shitty. Oh wait, we've also done there's another one that we also did. We also did Hell House LLC. I think that's the one you're thinking of.
Yeah.
And I love Hell House LLC. But yeah, like Lake Mungo definitely like it kind of ebbs and flows. But I think the documentary aspect of it is done very well. But in in Hell House LLC, it definitely has that like things are going on and that cuts out. It's like, but what if? Like it's that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's not
Everything was good until it wasn't.
Just bad writing. So, if we're going to talk about the very end where they come out, are we to believe that they're just back in regular old Paris where they came from, or are they in an alternate universe? Are they in
I wondered that as well.
purgatory? Because they're upside down.
True.
So yes, they went down, but they went down to come back up. So they're upside down.
Yeah, they kind of left that wide open, which I kind of liked. Yeah.
I mean,
I like the idea of them being in an alternate universe.
They could literally just be in hell, though. Also, like the idea of like, I always like the idea of. I mean, I don't like it. This is horrifying, but that like your own reality is your own actual personal hell. Like you don't realize you're in hell because you know.
Oh, Nick. Oh.
That reminds me of kind of the plot of Don't Worry, Darling, where like you're in this world, but you don't realize that you're not actually in this world.
It's the Matrix. It's Ghost in the Shell. It's like it's
so many things.
It's not an original thing, but I like that idea that like everything's good, everything's fine. It's kind of like the ending
of like the simulation.
Yeah, you're like the ending of Nightmare on Elm Street, where it's like, oh, everything's good, and then like the car shows up, but then the car's like got the hood on it that's Freddy Krueger colored, and you're like, oh, they're still in the dream kind of idea. I like that kind of idea with this as well. It's like, yeah, you fucking like Dante's Inferno, the Divine Comedy would suggest that they got out.
Okay.
But...
So after exiting Lucifer's belly button.
That's the name of my new nightclub.
Which is Paris.
Right. Oddly enough. You're then just back in the real world. You've exited and everything goes back to normal.
Because you were honest with yourself and God said, okay.
But how do you get in? If we're talking about Dante's Inferno, if the entrance to hell is the catacombs in this, what's the entrance otherwise? Or are they just kind of all over?
No, like, so in this movie, I can't talk about everywhere, but they basically say, like, once they open that fence, like, this is like scholars, people online, are like, when they get through that fence, that's literally like the downslope to the gates of hell right there.
Oh, so and before, like even before the police try to catch them and before they're even underground.
Yeah, because like when Dante is being taken to the gates of hell, it's still like a trek of like adversities and stuff like that to even get to the gates of hell to then go down. So that's what some people say is like just by, you know, like biting the carrot You know, like
Gotcha.
that kid was like, go talk to Palpion and everything. Once they did that and they're like, all right, yeah, we're gonna go. It's through this way.
That
That's
set everything in
that's what
motion.
did it. Like, all right, that area may never have existed prior. Like it's kind of like that like Lynchian cosmic kind of shit that it's like weird reality. Maybe it doesn't exist because
It's like the room of requirements.
Yeah,
Just shows up when you need it to.
I love it. But like that's the thing that like always gets me in this movie when they get to that hole and they gotta like climb down it and everything, and then they come to the hole again and they gotta like on the other side and they gotta climb down it. That's just Silent Hill 2, the video game, like all day long. It's just like you just keep descending, like this doesn't make sense. How can we keep going lower? Like we're so far down. It's like, nope, you're going further down. That's so horrifying.
That tracked in the movie for sure.
Yeah, similar vibe to the Ritual, where they just kept going deeper into the woods.
Yeah.
Even though they were trying to get out, they just kept fucking up and going further in. Yeah.
Those are like nightmares I had as a child.
Oh,
like
yeah.
You're just in circles.
Well, yeah, like when they crawl through the bones and they come out and they're
right at the
back
beginning,
where they came from, and they're like, we did not fucking go in a circle. It's like, how, like you would have known if you went in a circle. And it's like, nope, we got to go through this area that we have specifically been told do not go down this way. And it's like, and that's where they like, that's now into limbo. Once they kicked that open, that's limbo. They entered the first circle.
Got it.
Right there. So everything else was like the trek to the front door, basically. So,
and then they tore it open and began.
Oh yeah. Our fucking protagonist in this movie, what's this bitch's name? Scarlet cannot be quiet. No. Cannot fucking like, oh, we got like earlier in the fucking movie.
She's got shit to do.
I know, right? Earlier in the movie, they're like playing like Metal Gear Solid, like down in the tunnels and shit. And then she's just like, I need to hit the shit with a fucking hammer as hard as I can and kick the wall open to find this bowl. And it's like, weren't you just 2 seconds ago hiding from like guards that will murder you? It's like, doesn't matter.
She's underground. It's fine.
Well, no, they had to hide behind those like pillars.
Everything was crashing. It was just a part of this. She just blended in.
Oh, she's a white girl. She gets a pass, I guess. Is that what we're trying to say here, Tasha?
Not over there.
And did you guys like how no one even batted an eye at that crazy cult that was chanting with their tops off? Everybody's just like, that happens.
There's weird people down here.
I think that's what he says. Yeah, Palpion's like, a lot of weird people down here.
Yeah.
It's like, on. Choir of tits.
I wanted to know more about them.
Yeah, me too. And I was really hoping when they go to the other end where everything's in reverse, there would be a bunch of bottomless men chanting.
Yeah, this movie was definitely lacking in the dick department.
Most of them are.
Not if you go see 28 Years Later, massive zombie dick.
This is the second episode you've referenced that.
I'm going to reference it every time it comes to mind.
I've been back for 2 weeks and it's been referenced.
Yeah. Every time dongs are mentioned, this one's going to come up.
Tasha likes 2 things: head smashing, which you get in this movie. He falls and smashes his head, and zombie dongs.
Okay, so do you not like face smashing? I can't tell. You guys have talked about it for so long.
Okay. It comes up in a lot of movies I like. I don't like the act of face smashing. I don't like a lot of gore. But in a lot of previous movies that I've ranked very high, there is a good amount of face smashing. Like if you've seen Midsummer, it's my favorite movie, and there's the face smashing scene that Nick likes to reference.
Right there with you, sister. Yeah, with that comically big hammer. Oh, that was hilarious.
But I don't actually like that part. It's very unsettling.
Don't believe it. You gave it a 10 out of 10.
I did.
You liked every part of it. You especially liked it when the dude got drugged and was banging everybody that was around him.
I liked when he got set on fire.
Good for him.
No, the fact that he could stay in the game when he was tripping and those ladies were chanting around him, like, good on him. I would have been way the fuck out of there.
I mean, he had some help from someone behind him.
Oh, yeah,
so
I forgot. Pushing his butt.
He wasn't really doing anything.
Yes, please.
How do I get that job?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
The ass pusher?
Movie,
yeah, ass pusher. Seasoned ass pusher. 10 years experience.
Anyway.
So, okay, something I wanted to ask.
Okay.
So, going into this, right? Like I said, it reminds me of um Indiana Jones found footage horror.
Yep.
What other kind of movies would you like to see done in a found footage way that could heighten it or make it interesting? I'll start to kind of give you what was going through my head when I was thinking about it. So I just saw the most recent Jurassic Park movie, and it was hot shit.
I disagree.
I would love to see a found footage Jurassic Park movie where people like go in and everything, and then the size of the dinosaurs and shit are going to actually be impactful and everything. I think that would work. It'll never fucking happen, but I think that like doing something along those lines, that's something that I would love to see. This kind of, not just a found footage film, but just like the way they did this, where it's like this adventure and we're going to get the treasure.
Yeah.
And then we die. Like, I want to see more of that.
This is a tough one. I like your example.
What about a found footage Harry Potter?
I was leaning towards that.
No,
just so
how?
I could be in Hogwarts.
It's just Harry Potter on a fucking broomstick with a fucking JVC.
Just a
fucking,
GoPro.
Hermione, get back here! You know what? I'm down for that.
Did you ever read The Expanse by chance?
I've watched a bit of the television series they made off of it.
Okay. Yeah, the first book of that would be awesome if it was found footage.
Really?
Yeah, that would be really good.
Because that's the one, like, space station kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, and this crazy proto-molecule goes around, like, turning people into these weird living dead parts, kind of like in The Thing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that would be really cool if that was found footage.
The Thing as a found footage film would be nuts.
Yep.
Like, even as like a short film of like the doctor like doing the procedures and stuff like that. Take the autopsy of Jane Doe and The Thing and just smash them together. That would be fucking great.
Man.
Come on, Tasha, you gotta have something.
So I'm thinking, so there's this book, and I think now it's a series on Apple called Dark Matter.
Okay.
I think that would be really good because it's about going through like the folds of time. So it would be like sci-fi thriller, but it's also an adventure. I think that could be really cool because when you're reading the book, at least it's a lot of first person. So it's kind of that way, but seeing it on screen, the TV series sucks in comparison to the book. So I think that could be kind of cool. This is a tough one.
You don't want Midsummer in first person? Like,
no.
Well, no, seriously, like that could kind of work. Like a group of people, like we're gonna go out here and do these things and stuff. I mean, it wouldn't be an adventure.
There is a found footage cult. Like,
oh, there's a billion.
Okay, yeah. I can think of one where like a brother goes to save his sister or something like that, and it's from their perspective of like being the saviors.
Gotcha.
But I mean, I don't want to be Danny at the beginning of the movie.
Oh, what? You don't want your sister to kill herself and kill the rest of the family?
No. So when it gets into like her relationship stuff, I already feel like she's my proxy. I think that would be way too much. No.
You think that would just be like across the line? Like it would take it from being like, there's like 5 degrees between us to that would just be like, I'm in hell.
Exactly. It's not pretty anymore.
This is punishment. What did I do?
Yeah. That mushroom trip part. Like, no, thank you. I'm good. So many parts of that movie I don't want to be part of. Yeah.
So, you guys got anything else you want to bring up about this movie?
Yes. Question.
Right. Yes.
When they break into and everything starts to flip, when they're talking about the crest essentially of the as above so below, is that in Dante's at all, or is that just it's something that was plucked into it? No,
all of that stuff, all the as above so below kind of stuff and everything comes from like writings from and by and about alchemy and alchemists.
Gotcha. So it's the alchemy component of it.
Yep, it's the whole like as in heaven, so be it on earth, within me, without me. It's actually really close. Like a lot of that kind of stuff is like you can almost draw lines to it. I'm not a fucking scholar or anything like that, but like with like Buddhism and stuff, like the world and me, and like it plays with that whole thing of like uh your reality is what you make it and all that kind of stuff. And that's what like alchemy was always about. It like predates science.
Right. That I know. Yeah,
So,
it's like
like,
magic.
yeah, it is. It literally is like they thought that they could do these things to, turn lead into gold. Like that's what the number one thing for alchemy was, and the thing that could do it was the Philosopher's Stone. So like Nicholas Flamel is an actual alchemist through history. Like that is an actual person. I believe there is a scene in this movie, I'm trying to remember. It might be when they're in Iran, and it's like the scene where she like dives out of the hole and everything, and like the camera's like perfectly placed. I think that's actually shot in Nicholas Flamel's house, which is one of the oldest stone structures in Paris, like still standing.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
Like there's a lot of that stuff that like it's not necessary. It's not even brought up or anything, but it is really cool that it's like, no, they really gave a shit about all the things in this movie except the dialogue.
Right. That's very true.
Not their strong suit. But also you have to think, like, in these kind of films, the director, what's his name? John Eric Dowd said that like 90% of this movie was shot by the actors.
Oh, cool.
So, and it was like running like nonstop, right? So when you're talking about getting takes and all this stuff, a lot of it is just going to be like, you just need to hit these points and kind of fill in. So I can't really hate on it for being so off the cuff sometimes, where it doesn't seem like it could have been you could have said something really cool there, and it's just like, is that bad? It's like that line sucks, but everything else that happened in that scene was really good, and we're just gonna have the CG there anyway. Fuck it.
But then there are some, if you say that it makes it sound like the beat that they hit is the shitty line.
It could be. It very well could be. I'm just saying, like, this is my excuse.
Gotcha. You're just trying to.
No, I'm not trying to defend it. It's just like my excuse of like, well, why would it be that bad if they put this much effort into everything else? And it's like, maybe that's the reason. Because like, I can't imagine they had an insane amount of time to have the entire catacombs to fucking shoot a film in. That's never fucking happened. Like, it's all those kind of things that the sum of its parts are greater than the single bits. Like, you can easily, like I said, this movie's dumb as hell, but I love it.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. I agree.
Oh, and like the piano scene, I just saw this fucking trailer show up on my computer. The piano scene where he's just like, we used to have a piano just like this. My brother used to always play the song. The A4 key doesn't work though, and he's just like playing it, and it doesn't work. It's going to happen when he says it.
Yeah.
But then it happens.
Still hits.
And it's just like, yeah.
I'm glad it didn't come up again. I was afraid that it was going to be like bad foreshadowing. So it was good that it just stayed there.
Yeah, it's just there. There are certain things like when his brother is under the stuff, that looks kind of shitty. He's under there. He's under there. Because everyone's like hallucinating now and all this stuff, like talking about like the different circles and blah, 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 blah. But for all those little bits, it doesn't hang on them too long. So
yeah, and I got 2 quality jump scares out of this movie.
Oh, nice. What were your 2? What were the 2?
It was when Z got her face smashed in.
Obviously, you love that.
And I'm so sad. Okay, Dustin, the reason Nick thinks I love it so much is because it gives me such a big reaction. If you were to ever watch a horror movie with me, I'm a very reactive person when it comes to gore. So
do you
Nick,
jump?
I jump, I squirm.
I've seen her about fly off of a couch.
Oh yeah. So you're fun to watch movies with then.
Yeah, Nick likes to just watch me as we're watching a movie. So
absolutely.
So that's why Nick thinks I like it. And I think it's more so because Nick likes that I watch it.
Well, no, because you say I love jump scares.
I do.
And then you say face smashing
Yeah.
makes you jump scare.
Okay,
Therefore,
I see what you're doing.
you love face smashing.
But also it makes me squirm if you don't want to sit in it too long because then it's just gross. So it was that one. And then it was when Eddie, was that his name? When the guy got pushed down the tunnel. I didn't see that one coming and I yelled.
Oh, Benji.
Benji.
Yeah, that one's
exciting.
You can kind of tell that something's going to happen because he's just like, it just like chills out and he's like, huh? Hello? Someone there? Like it would have been so much better if it didn't fucking like.
I agree.
If it was just like, see you, bitch.
Yeah. Because when he said that, I was like, no one ever wants to have anyone respond when you say, "Is someone there?" Like, just go.
Yeah.
And I was like panicking for him, and then he fell and
and he also like he's also already cut the fuck out of his hands the last time that he went down. That would suck. Benji just.
He did not have a good go of it.
Rope burns? Yeah, hard pass on those.
That would suck. And like when they threw something down there earlier, it was like a good 5-second drop. Like I don't know how that works like in time and stuff, but it's long. I don't want to fall for 5 seconds.
Down a shaft.
Benji did it, and Natasha loved it because his face got smashed in. So Tasha gives this film two face smashes. So. I think that's a ringing endorsement.
Yeah.
Well, that's about all I've got to say about this. You guys good?
Yeah.
I'm good.
All right.
This was fun.
That's going to do it for this episode of Pod of the Dead. If you dug it, or if you just like hearing us ramble about horror movies, do us a solid. Hit the follow, leave a review, and share it with someone who needs more horror in their life. Seriously, it helps more than you'd ever think. We're just a bunch of horror nerds doing this because we love it. So spread the word, keep the club alive, and we'll keep bringing you the good, weird, bloody stuff. Until next time, I am Nicholas.
I'm Dustin.
And I am Natasha.
Come back and listen to us, or else.